How can we stay calm in chaotic situations during COVID times? How can we stay calm? It is a very difficult thing to do, and it's not easy because it's exactly like the trained mind. When you're running into a situation, what happens to you is that it's very hard to escape, and we tend to lose ourselves in a situation. But how to stay calm is a perfect knowledge. Requires a lot of, introspect. What has happened in COVID time? Let us first understand this. We as a human being, we go out. 99% of the world's population goes out to do things for their jobs, markets, to, watch a movie in the theater. You want to, go for a walk. You want to go out for shopping. So the 99%, our mechanism has built in such a way that we want to go out and do our things. And then when we come home, we rest. There's not much activities you do inside a home, but a lot of activities you do outside compared to your home. Either you rest, you watch TV, or you cook, isn't it? So where is the problem? The problem is during these COVID times, the outside world is restricted. This is where the problem begins. 99% of the world's population is so hard to stick around inside your home. Not easy. Especially when someone who goes out for work, he has to suffer a bit when he's doing a work outside. Because when he comes home, he thinks about that I want to rest. But when all of this is not happening, you go out, you come home. When everything needed to be operated from home, this is where the problem begins. Fights, arguments, disagreements, not much involved in, family. You tend to stay away from people. But the whole problem is you've gone outside and you know how it works. And now it's vice versa. You have to work from home and you have to operate from your home, not from outside. So this is where the problem is. Our focus is mainly outside and not inside our home. And so we are chaotic. If our mind operates from home, then there is no question of fight. But there is another problem. We know it is COVID. Everybody knows it's COVID. Then what is it that making us so chaotic during these times? If the part of COVID is telling us that if you have COVID, you're going to die. What if the COVID only give us the virus and there would be no death? Would that be a chaotic? Think about it. It is not possible. There would be no chaotic if there would be no death. But the point here is COVID is taking our lives, and that's where the problem is. Or else, if it would have been just like a fever, then why would we think about it as much as now we're thinking about it, that we need to get vaccinated and we have to take, the other things because the death is the problem. It's just a gamble. You go out, you might just get infected, and who knows you can stay alive or not. You never know. It's a gamble. And that's what the problem is, chaotic moments. When you're at home, you're thinking about the outside world. And when you're outside, it's so hard to deal with the outside world. You have to wear a mask, hand sanitizer, and they got to go around. This is where the problem is. If we are going to be defensive about the truth of COVID-19, we're not going to follow any of the rules. But if we acknowledge the truth, we can be at peace because we know what it is. So what drives us is the knowledge. If you acknowledge it, you'll have the right knowledge. But if you defend yourself, there's no question of you finding the right headspace. You'll even fight with your family. Let's say if your wife says, wear a mask and go, and you'll say, I don't care, nothing is going to happen to me. That if I wear a mask now, nothing is going to happen. This is called being defensive against the truth. That I will only acknowledge some part of it, but not all of it. When it comes to hand sanitizer, when it comes to mask, social distancing, I'm being defensive. I know I'm right. COVID cannot do anything to me. So this is where the problem is. Now, how to stay calm? Let us understand this. Example is when you're at home, what happens? What happens when you talk to your wife or your husband? 99% we can't de-stress ourselves. That's where the problem is. 99%. While staying at home, we don't know how to de-stress ourselves. It is not the other person that's irritating you. It is a stress level that's been increasing it within you. And if you don't allow yourself to de-stress, then how can you stay calm? If you were in a marriage for 10 years and now you're arguing because of COVID, then it is not you. It is not the other person. It is your stress mechanism that you need to reduce your stress and stay calm. But the whole thing is, if you're not going to de-stress yourself, you'll increase the level of tension with your partner, with your family, with your kids, and you'll be in an irritated mood. You'll not like anything. Even a one word said to you, it'll trigger you and you'll start the fight. This is not how you deal. You have to acknowledge the surroundings where you are. Accept the truth that your life has begun from your home, not from outside anymore. Your life has changed. So now the mindset that when you wake up, this is where my life will start, not from anywhere else. And then what happens is, if you do not acknowledge where you are, then you'll be attached to the results. What is the results? My life is not so good. I'm pretty sad. I'm not happy. And then this will come into play a lot of times that you will not feel good about yourself. And sadly, we break out in a situation and we start to fight. This is not how we're supposed to do. Krishna says that the only way you can enjoy your life is by living in the moment, in the present moment, not in the past, not in the future, and not overthinking in any situation. Just by sitting there and you can enjoy your life. You should accept where you are. And so, what does the Bhagavad Gita says is, chapter 2, text 67, Indriyanam hichartatam yanamano yuvidityate tatta asya harati prajanam vyayur navam ivam bashi. As a boat on the water is swept away by a strong wind, even one of the senses on which the mind focuses can carry away a man's intelligence. What does it mean by this is that let's say you're sitting down and you're thinking about something in your head. Yeah, I want to do this and I want to do that. I want to change this. I want to do this. But then something from outside is causing an hindrance on your thinking. And then what happens? Your focus change. Your intelligence is lower. You're on that focus. So when you're on that focus, your mind is irritated. You're out of focus. And then you start the fight. I'll talk to you later. Please leave me alone. I'm thinking about something. Don't respond in this way. Does the other person knew that you were thinking or you were having these deep thoughts? You should validate before you say something. A calm mind means complete speculation. If you are self-realized of who you are, then you will not be agitated. It's exactly like the gold. When you buy a bangle, a gold bangle, a gold chain, a gold earring, what happens? What is the value of the gold? Because it is made in a certain shape, they have a value. But if you extract the gold from the earring, from the bangle, from the chain, there is no value of the jewelry. The value is of the gold. So what am I saying here is this body is temporary, but self-realization is the real truth of life. If there is no self-realization, then your senses are going to take you where they're supposed to take you. And you'll suffer hard for existence. And then what happens is, if you don't have the realization of who you are and how your emotions are playing with you, then you will fight with any situations with your family. You should have self-reflection. If one is, is angry, then you need to calm down. Just like Srila Prabhupada says, when two fire meets, then it's a blazing fire. It is not, there is no reaction. Reaction means one is fire and one is water. So that water is poured on the fire, then there is a reaction. The reaction is the fire extinguish. One has to be the water and let the other one be the fire. You need to stay calm. Focus. Don't do anything. Don't fight. Don't react, because these COVID times, there is high pressure, high intensity built in your head when you're at home because you see each other 24/7. So there are arguments in the home as well. So you need to be that water to first calm yourself down and just observe. When they calm down, you know they'll calm down at some point. You should put this in your head, and then you can talk. Just like Gaura Srila Prabhupada said, Gaura Prabhu Das, Gaura Gopal Das, I'm sorry, he said that when being in a union, it is not you versus I, it is the us versus that problem. When the uh, when the couple fights, notice that it's not you and I, it's not you versus I, it is us versus the problem. So you need to fight against that problem, not with your partner. And the day you come with a union and understanding that we need to fight together, we need to get things together and solve the problem. And the day you come to that union of understanding, then there'll be less fight at home. And then the next thing that you can do to stay calm is spend 30 minutes only by yourself. If your spouse is with you, then let your spouse sit separately with you, separately, not with you. Every morning, you two spend time only with yourself, not with your partner. Your partner does the same and you do the same. When there is a little, you know, a gap between the two, that, there is a little time of separation, then you'll able to understand how to drive your life. Because when you are interacting 24/7, then it becomes a little stressful for both of you. So you should spend 30 minutes away from each other every morning as you wake up, and you've got to practice self love. When you have love for yourself, then you're able to love others. Then you're able to love your kids, your wife, your husband. Both the partners need to get up and practice self-love. How do you do practice self-love? By self-love affirmations, by understanding that what can I do to improve myself, and so we can get back to each other with the better versions of ourselves. In this way, your relationship will not be a turmoil. You should practice breathing exercises in the morning, at least 5 to 10 minutes every day. This will also help. When you are separated from each other, and if you take the time out and do something productive for yourself to improve yourself, then there is a whole lot of things you can bring into the plate on the table. Then you two can build lives together. You have to understand that a marriage is something that requires a lot of strength. So what happens here is that when you do self-reflection, self-love, self, analyzing, where am I wrong? What am I supposed to do to improve myself? And change the idea, what you were before and now is going to be different. So you have to bring in a lot of things on the table, and you've got to change yourself because COVID-19 has restrictions. So now you have to drive a life in a different way. So change the pattern of your lifestyle according to what you're living today. Bring things together, understand each other. Don't fight, don't argue, and stay calm. Because when you do self love, self affirmation, self reflection of what is wrong in me, like if I have anger issues, then I should work on it. If I have, doubts, or if I doubt on my partner too much, then I have to work on myself. Krishna says that if you want to work on yourself, yes, I'm sorry. Krishna says that if you want to improve a situation, you don't force the other person. You improve yourself in a situation. Don't force the other person to change. You have to change yourself in a situation to bring that calmer waters. This is the perfect way to build a strong relationship. Work on yourself and see how the relationship builds. Then there'll be a lot of calmness and understanding between the two of you. You should talk about what is wrong and then how can we improve our relationship. This is the best time in COVID-19 that you can improve your relationship. Stay calm. Staying focused means analyzing yourself where you're wrong, not in others, with yourself. Spend 30 minutes every morning and analyze what is wrong and what is right, and then work on it. Focus on what can you, what are those things that can bring us together. Even after 10 years of marriage, no problem. You can do self-love. This is important. Please understand this, that when it comes to self-love, then you can give love. If you don't have any love for yourself, then how can you give love to others? Think about it. Are we supposed to love ourselves? Yes. We're human beings. When you love yourself, you'll love your partner because you know what love is. Your partner should also practice self-love. So when both of you are loving each other, when you're loving yourselves, then you can love each other. Then you'll understand the value of that love that you have for each other. So please understand this, that if you want to come out of chaotic moments, then your mindset should be comforting at home, not outside. Don't wander outside. Don't listen to the crazy news channels that they keep updating you. This happened, that happened, this and that. Is anything happening around you? Are there many deaths around your neighborhood? If nothing is happening, don't worry about it. Stay calm. Stick with your family and stick with the rules. Wear your mask, hand sanitizer, and stay and maintain social distancing. That's it. Stay calm, stay focused. Don't fight. Don't fight. You don't need to fight. There is no reason to fight. So it is my humble request that please, 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 please like and subscribe. I am here to help you all and bring in the change. I don't want anything as much as I want you to be in the right headspace and to bring in a lot of abundance in your life. It is my humble request. Help me to grow this channel. Please share my videos to people who really, really need to hear this. It is my humble request that I'm here to help, to bring in the right knowledge, to help you all to find the solution of life, to give you the right mindset to how to drive your life in the right way. May Krishna bless you all and you have an abundant life. Your mental health is important to you and your family. God bless you all. Thank you.